So my name is Phil Ramamundisu. I am from Madagascar and I work at Sycomore Asset Management as a partner in charge of business development. So Hello Tomorrow is a fantastic conference, and when we actually knew about the project, we quickly realized that Sycomore Asset Management had to be here today. The idea for us, we are an investment fund based in Paris, and our goal is to find the leaders of tomorrow. In each of every investment case we try to look for. We invest in European companies predominantly, but the reason why we're here today is we think that the world is changing, and that as a responsible asset manager, we also have to change ourselves. So when we invest in company, innovation is a key criteria. But over the last few years, we realized that innovation was much bigger than that, that it could be a trigger for change in the world. And when we heard about the conference, when we heard about the speakers, all the startups, we quickly realized that we had to be here today. So Sycomore is a partner of the conference. We are sponsoring the water and waste contest. So it's funny because we also started as a startup 15 years ago. We were 5 of us. I was not there at the time, working in a very small apartment. So we know what it's to be a startup, to launch an entrepreneurial project. Today, we mainly invest today in listed equities, which is a bit different, even though we invest in small cap companies and listed products, in listed companies, sorry. But what we try to look for in the public equity space are innovators, and also responsible companies and sustainable companies. And this goes through a really thorough analysis of those companies. And all this analysis is actually, the goal of that is to try to better assess the risk we put in our investment. And we think that there is a lot of bridges to be made between the listed world and the private world. And this is the reason why we're here today, also to try to discuss with startups, to explain our philosophy, what is it like to be a listed company, because maybe some of them are going to be listed in a few years. And it's just trying to start to speak with the ecosystem and maybe one day investing ourselves in the private world. When we assess a company, and again I'm speaking about listed company, we always try to define a fair value of the company. So we do valuation work. But financial metrics are not the only criteria we look for. So of course we look at the quality of the management, we look at the quality of the team, the relationship of the company with this whole ecosystem, so with its clients, the environment. Do they really have an added value to the whole ecosystem? And we think that if there's something lacking at that point, we might not invest in the company. So we really want to have a company taking care of all its stakeholders. So the clients, the supplier, the state, the employees. We have a fund, for example, which is called the Happy at Work. I have the pin here. This fund, the idea of this fund is to invest in a company where the management really emphasize the role of the people in the company to grow. We are inspired a lot by those fantastic projects, and some companies that we are invested in, might invest in those projects. We can, give good practices to those startups. That's because we think the world is really changing, and the asset management industry used to be really traditional about that, and they were not part of what was going on in the startup world. And we want to be there. We want to show that even the traditional asset management company have a role to play in the change that needs to happen in the world. I'll take an example. We have a fund that is investing on energy transition. We all know that climate change is a really important issue. So our role as an investor is to try to find solutions to try to tackle climate change and make it as an opportunity for investors. It's important for us to be here today because Sycomore Asset Management wants to be part of the change that is going on in Paris, in Europe, globally. As investors, we feel that we have a real responsibility to invest in the sustainable companies of tomorrow, and we look forward to be inspired by those companies and to exchange with them.